Greetings and welcome to the DevLook at Dwelvers Alpha version 0.8d. This is a game about being a dungeon lord, and if Dungeon Keeper comes to your mind, well, this game was greatly inspired by it, and as well by Dwarf Fortress, so I guess you could say it's a mix of those two. But as always, let's start our overview by going to the options menu and having a look there. Let's start by the graphics. So you can actually pick the resolution here as well, but you do it in a launcher that the game has prior to the main game itself. But yeah, you can toggle shadows here, change the viewing distance. By default, it's actually quite low, so let's knock it up a bit. The FPS limit, if you so desire, I mean, I set 60 because my screen is 60 Hz, so that works pretty fine. You can also set FPS while not in focus. I mean, I'm not sure why would you want that, because as far as I understood, the game actually pauses itself as soon as you alt-tab out of it. Maybe they plan on adding the borderless window mode later, which is kind of cool. So it's good that they have it. Okay, then sound, so separate music and sound effects sliders. A lot of values were always good, so you can disable music or sound effects separately. Nice. Controls, you can, I mean, there's plenty of it, so including the inversion of the axis and actually the keyboard rotation, so it's quite cool. Screen edge scrolling, lock camera, it's pretty nice. Okay, then miscellaneous, there is so yeah, basically you can actually disable. Okay, that's my fault. That means that when you alt tab, the game enters menu and you can hit disable here if you want, but I don't see why you want that. Then you can actually rebind the keys, so all the keys are rebindable, which is good. And then there's cheats. So far there's like Fog of War, you can enable or disable it, and then development mode, not sure what that does, don't want to try it, it's probably gonna crash my game. And then you can delete save games, not sure why they put it in a separate entry, not just other separate button in the load menu, but well. Okay, so I played the Dwelvers for about 2 hours, maybe a bit more. And like first half an hour was a tutorial, which is quite lengthy. And then I started the game in easy mode. Let's go to the start game actually and see. You currently have 2 modes, the tutorial, and which basically explains you how the game works and all the mechanics. And then the sandbox, which is the main mode. So you can pick game difficulty, which basically defines how many enemies will be and how tough will they be, how smart will they be, and so on. Then you can pick a map seed, because all the maps are at the moment are randomly generated, since there's only the sandbox mode, no campaign or anything. And then you can actually disable the pause in game, which is, I wouldn't want that. So I would say the game is pretty tough as it is now. Okay, but I have my save game here, which is very boringly named, but it has almost everything built, and I've explored quite a large area around my small dungeon and my dungeon heart, or the Dark Mother as it's called here. So I can show you how everything works. So let's just pick this one and jump into it. Okay, here we go. The load times are pretty quick, and I mean, it's not extremely taxing game. So I don't really think, that you need a very powerful computer to run this on. It's probably going to work even on the notebooks with Intel cards. But yeah, this is how it looks. And if you play Dungeon Keeper, you would say, hey, that looks almost exactly like Dungeon Keeper. And well, you wouldn't be wrong about that. So you can do exactly the same things as in the Dungeon Keeper. Okay, they won't be able to actually dig there because the barrel blocks the way here, but I guess let's do it here. Like, we can map something here and they should come. Yeah, so you have your dungeon heart, or the way it's called here is a Dark Mother. This is your starting room, and this is what you have in the beginning, and that's it. And then you can obviously dig the stuff out the same way that it worked in Dungeon Keeper. That gives you resources, which you can see here on top. And as well, this gives you space to actually build something. And that leads us to the rooms here. Okay, so you can build at the moment 9 rooms. I think that's all that that's going to be in the game, as far as I understood from all the FAQs that I read. I might be wrong, but yeah, I mean, there's plenty of them actually, and there's a lot of customization you can do. So at the moment the game includes bar room, bedroom, cookery room, farm room, then metalworks room and prison room, as well as storage, trading and training room. So again, if you play Dungeon Keeper, probably most of those are pretty familiar to you. But this game has a bit different mechanics. I honestly don't remember well how the Dungeon Keeper 2 played, or 1, so to say, but this, I think it was not like this in there. So let's show this to you. Let's build, I don't know, let's say build, well, okay, let's just build the bedroom here again. So because more beds is always good, and I don't have enough beds for creatures, I think. Okay, so we have actually some sort of battles going on there, which is, I don't care about them right now. I know what exactly they are, but okay. So now we wait until the creatures bring the mats and construct all the stuff. I hope I have enough imps who can do this. Yeah, should be 8 builders. So okay, yeah, so we can meanwhile have a look at other things that you can build. So there's actually constructions, and those are a bit different from the rooms. So you can actually construct things like, for example, well. So this farm here requires a well. Yeah, as you can see here, it takes water in and gives out the crops. And then this one takes crops and gives out the floor. And then here I have my well, which provides water. And I think I have a well as well. Yep, here we go. Here's another well that actually provides water to the farm. So those things are called construction, and they just basically take 1 or 2 tiles and they yeah, provide some benefits. So here I have mines, and the idea of mine is that basically you can dig out the space just by using your digging tool, and then you get a bit resources and free space. Or you can put a mine on something, like here's just like an iron mine basically, and then the imps will dig it, and you will get more resources but over a longer period of time. So that's pretty cool. And as you might have noticed, one more unique thing about this game is that it is actually not just two-dimensional or in one plane like the Dungeon Keeper was. It's actually a complete dungeon with a 3, yeah, I guess like a depth dimension, so you can actually dig down. For this you have a shovel tool, so you can actually press spacebar and get the shovel, and then you can say, okay, I wanted this to be digged out. And then the imps basically will come and dig it out. Okay, there's something is wrong. Iron smelter, yeah, because I don't have any iron. Yeah, so as you can see, you can actually dig down, and then here in the constructions you can actually build up if you want to, which is not, I mean, sometimes this can be a good idea. Or you can build a stairs. Let's see. So it actually works this way. I'm not even sure. I never tried to build them because I think they are moving fine, just fine with okay, yeah, so they do stairs, and this looks nice, now they have stairs. Not sure if they actually need them because the creatures seem to be doing just fine with one block of the stuff. I guess, you would want that if you want it really pretty. You build some sort of I don't know, pretty dungeon. Here I have my prison with a door on top. I've got no idea, but whatever. Okay, so let's show you what's interesting about the rooms. So yeah, as you can see here, I built the bedroom. But as you can see, there is no beds, and no one is occupying it. And what's going on? I mean, in Dungeon Keeper there already would be creatures here who would do something to the room. Well, here you have to actually build things in it. So as you can see here, I have a choice of building a bedroom fireplace, imp bed, orc bed, chimpanzee bed, and cyclotaurus bed. So let's build a fireplace, and then we can say, okay, I want some maybe cyclotaurus beds because I think I have more and more of those guys. Yeah, and then basically once the beds are built, it would look like this. And yeah, then you can see here some imps are resting because they're most likely got their ass kicked by the enemies. Same goes for all other rooms. So basically when you build a training room, it's just a plain room, and then you have to place the actually the items in there, like the targets and yeah, all that stuff. So it's a pretty interesting approach. And what is slightly annoying with it is that you have to kind of account for the space. So for example, if I put a table here, let's actually build the chairs like here and here. So if I put a table here instead of these chairs, it will block the way and the creatures won't be able to go through, as well as they cannot squeeze in through here. I mean, it's kind of makes sense, but I don't know. I think it's sort of unnecessary realistic, I guess. It would be a bit more fun to have it in a more chaotic way. So I had this problem, like yeah, another problem is that basically if you build a table here, for example, and then imps are building it from this side, they will just be stuck in there. So to actually free them, you will have to use the sell button and sell this stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's just a minor complaint, you know, maybe it's actually maybe good that it's there, you just have to account for it. Maybe I would have an easier mode when creatures can clip through those things, you know, and so that I just don't care about that and just build whatever I want. So here I have my storage room, prison room, yeah, I think it's this, yeah, and there's trading room. So there's a few interesting things included into the game, like trading, for example. Okay. I'm jumping from one thing to another. Let's start by having a look at the depth of dungeon, actually the outer world. So you have this button which is called Worlds. At the moment it's just a preview, but actually if we press it, you will see the outer world, which is, I guess, the land above the dungeon. Actually, when you switch, you will get to the same spot, you know. So I assume you can later go out and maybe kill some humans there, or, you know, raid them or something, or get more wood, because getting wood underground is a bit painful actually. Okay, and then I have okay, so those guys, yeah, so that's my guys. So yeah, here's one. So this was actually the portal that was letting in the humans, and I killed them. I captured the portal, and now if I right click it and do an info, I can actually trade. So you have a trading routes which you can choose, and you can actually exchange your materials for other materials. I am not really sure how it works, like if I want to pick this one, for example, because it's not, oh no, okay, this one is directly connected, but let's say this one, because it's too far away. I assume that I have to have like this one, and then I can pick the next one, which is maybe not the optimal way of doing things. I mean, I'm not sure if that's you know, again, maybe I would want the simpler mode where I can just pick any route at all, and something like this. Yeah, so that will be nice, but you know, at the moment it's kind of okay. So this trading is quite basic at the moment. Maybe the developers plan to add it more complexity a little bit later. Okay, and then I have this labyrinth here with minotaurs that was kicking my asses. So is there any of them alive? Let's see. So again, it's the same as in the Dungeon Keeper. You don't have a direct control over your creatures, but you can rally them. So you can actually pick this flag here and say, okay, come here. And then all your creatures that can fight will come here. And oh, there's some chests there. Nice. Okay, I want that. And yeah, all the creatures that can fight, as you can see now, they're coming to the gate, and they will break the gate and try to kick the ass of the guys that's in there. There's like 2 minotaurs. That is, well, not exactly the, okay, let's see, can I put the flag inside maybe? Yeah, here we go. AI is, well, it's decently competent. I mean, it's not exactly the smartest one I've seen, but it does the trick. Most of the time, like, there's no problems at all, but sometimes there are. I guess those you can just write it off as bugs. So there's definitely these improvements, like for example the imps that stuck behind the things that they're building, or the your warriors who like randomly run around the map trying to find the enemy to attack, which looks a bit strange. But yeah, I mean, those are, you know, minor things, and I think they are gonna be fixed quite quickly in the future, because this is a alpha version, and you know, there's a long way to go. All right, so we actually captured this thing. Now let's see what's in the chests. Again, there's no direct control, so you cannot affect the actions of your troops or your imps or whatever. Okay, so now we'll wait until they carry all the stuff back. Oh, there's some nice armor and weapons. So actually there is like an equipment. You can get an equipment for your army, so they will be like better equipped, and then that means they will be... Okay, what is that? This is a trap. Oh, okay, yeah. So basically, you can get more equipment so that your, your warriors will be not just leveled up. Let's try. Yeah, so you can see this guy is level 2, for example, but they as well will be like well equipped and have a better damage, better protection, and so on. Okay, and then the last thing, I guess, is the hydraulics and traps mechanics in here. So as you can see here, for example, there is a cannon that is connected to the switch, which means that if anyone steps on the switch, or if I press it, as a matter of fact, can I press it actually? Yeah, but I think this is already fired, right? Yeah. So, but actually if the cannon is charged by your imps and if it's yours, I think this is not actually mine. Can I press this one? No, I can. Yeah, so basically you can set up, some pretty sophisticated traps to kill your enemies that are coming in from all directions. I think those guys are stuck here. So yeah, this is like one of the issues that I was saying with AI. It sometimes get stuck in some strange places, which does, I don't see any problem of getting out of here. So just go back and then they should be able to go back, right? Do I have, no, I don't have my rally flag set. So I don't know why are they just like standing in here? Okay, so we have, so I can now produce, so I discovered the items and I can now produce them. Nice. Okay, so do I have to build? So I have all this stuff. Let's see, this produces the, whoops, that was wrong button. So what I have, this is coal vein, this is iron smelter. I had this thing is forge and anvil. How do I produce this stuff? I'm not sure. What is this? No, this is building. Yeah, okay. So obviously there is mechanic of producing the items, but I've got no idea how. Maybe I should have finished tutorial without losing to humans on a hard difficulty. Maybe that was my mistake. But yeah, I think, yeah, so then again, like in addition to traps, you have these decorations things that are basically items that you can place in your dungeon, like insignia and painting and wall manacles that basically just increase the stats or give some buffs to your warriors or your soldiers. And then there's actually spells. So at the moment there's only 2. You can reveal hidden land. This can be handy to figure out where the resources are or where the enemies are, and at the moment it doesn't use any mana or whatever. You can just cast them as many times as you want, just small timeouts, like 2-3 seconds maybe. So like, yeah, and then you can see, okay, there's iron, there's coal, so I can like dig in here. And then there's a possession spell, the same as it was in the Dungeon Keeper. So we can actually possess someone. I don't know, come on, come here. And yeah, at the moment you can either look from the eyes of the guy or switch to controlling him, but that does not really gives you a lot. Like you can, at the moment you can just walk around and that's it. So, in Dungeon Keeper you could actually do things, but here is just like looking. And same for warriors as well. I thought maybe like warriors could attack or something, but looks like not yet at least, Okay, this is slightly confusing. Okay, but yeah, I mean, so it's still quite nice to be able to run around your dungeon and have a look at all this stuff. Will be cooler. I'm hoping they will add the full control support later, so that you can actually punch stuff and fight with it and stuff like this. Okay, I guess that's actually about it. So let's disable this, and yeah, I mean the game looks extremely promising, and I think in my memory that's like the best successor of Dungeon Keeper I've seen in years. I mean, there hasn't been even one game that came close to that, but this has the potential, definitely. And there are definitely some problems and bugs, and it's quite raw at the moment, and the balance, I guess, is not very refined, but I mean, that's alpha. So the biggest problem is that the curve, basically, of the gameplay is not very I mean, it's very raw now. It's really jumpy, you know. At the moment, like when you start, it's quite hard to get started. Then you build everything. Then it becomes really easy. Then you encounter the very tough enemy. He literally may just wipe you out. Then you can like barricade from him by building the the rock blocks that just block the path. Then you just level up a bit, add more, like, I don't know, build more whatever beds and get more monsters, just gather them in there, break that wall, and then kill the enemy. And then again, it's suddenly very easy. I would prefer a bit more balanced experience, but then again, you know, it's alpha version, so you cannot really say, okay, it's bad now and will be bad always. Maybe by the time you watch this video, it's already will be much better. So I hope so. Okay, I think my storage is actually nearly full, which is not good. Okay, let's build some like, yeah, this for example. I have enough space. Yeah, we can build that here. And this is a horrible idea because they won't be able to go through. Okay, we can break these walls, I guess. Okay. Yeah, okay, and breaking the walls will probably knock down those shelves here. Oh, god damn it. It's not very good. Is it? Yep, that's not good at all. Oh, whatever. But you get the idea, you know, so it looks very good and plays very good. I did not notice any crashes or anything. All the bugs that I've encountered was related to the gameplay mechanics. Like there is a bug when you try to place the room on a spot that is not yet captured by you. The imps will actually dig it out, and I think it's like 100% reproducible. And there are some other small things like this that as well, like just annoying, you know. They're not like really bad, but just mildly annoying, and they will definitely get fixed because this is not a big deal, and there's no big problem to fix a bug like this. So yeah, I'm definitely looking to see how the game will develop, and definitely looking to see more constructs, more spells, more maybe traps, I guess. I don't know. So here you have like a cannon, then there's a lot of different like switches and things. You can have movable walls, pressure pad. I think there's just a cannon now. Dynamite, cannon and dynamite. I don't think there's anything else that can actually kill. Yeah, kill enemies. So I would love to see more traps that could be, you know, get a bit more creative, I guess, and build some crazy dungeon that will murder everyone on approach, not just, you know, when they're already in your base. But yeah, definitely looks cool. Definitely looking up to reviewing the updates. Definitely will want to see more, and I think I will play a lot more of this because after 2 hours I did not get bored of it. So yeah, Dwelvers is available on Steam Early Access for $15 or your original equivalent. And since it's just launched, it has a 20% discount at the moment, and you can get it for $13, I think, or original equivalent. And if you're a fan of Dungeon Keeper, then this is definitely, you know, if you don't want to buy it right now, this is definitely a game to keep an eye on. So it's pretty good. All right, then thank you for watching and see you during the next update. Bye.